everyone, my name is Vishwa and today I'm going to talk to you about Indian philosophy. And the reason is because Indian philosophy is the one which brought yoga to the world. Yes, yoga is one of the Indian philosophy. So let's see on the high level what the Indian philosophy is. So the Indian philosophy says that our life has two aspects. One is the inner world and other is the outer world. The inner world has to do with the relationship with ourselves, and the outer world has to do with the relationship with everybody else, which includes mainly at 4 levels is your family members, then society, then the nation, and the rest of the humanity. So as you know, if our inner world is at peace and strong, we can deal with the outer world comfortably and easily. If it is not at peace, no matter how wonderful the outer world looks like, it really doesn't matter, everything. When we're dealing with ourselves, the philosophy guides us. And when we are dealing with everybody else, the religion guides us. As you know, India gave 4 major religions to the world: Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism, and Sikhism. So technically, if you look back, the yoga is found in the Hindu text, and one of the ancient texts in the world is called Vedas. Veda is called the foundation of Hinduism. Technically, it is called Sanatana Dharma, not a Hinduism, but it is popular to relate to it, so let's call it Hinduism. So for Hindus, Vedas are the primary source of information. So what is Veda? Vedas are the collection of knowledge revealed to the masters at different time when they were doing meditations, they were doing some spiritual practices, and this experience or the knowledge was revealed to them. So that knowledge, they started to pass it to their students in the oral form. And later, many years later, maybe thousands of years later, about 2,500 years ago, they were put into the writing. And that's how all the ancient texts became available to the other people. Now you will wonder that, okay, that's the knowledge. Now how the philosophy comes into existence. So after many years, when some of the sages looked back in that knowledge, they found that there is a very important piece of information which was missing, and that was the reasoning. Means there is a very important factor was totally discarded as a piece of independent source of information, and that was the logical reasoning part of it. So at different time, different masters interpreted the knowledge using the rational investigation, and they come to a different philosophy. So they gave 6 major philosophies which were called Darshanas. Darshana is a Sanskrit term which means the direct experience of the truth. And that's where the Western philosophy becomes slightly different from Indian philosophy. Because in Indian philosophy, there are 2 major components. One is the pure reasoning, and the second is the direct experience. In the Western world, the most of the philosophy is an intellectual pursuit to come to a conclusion based on the logic. So that's how the Darshana came in existence. Now these 6 masters gave 6 different philosophies, and yoga was one of them. Now you may ask that what are the key features of these 6 Indian philosophies, or to be precise, Hindu philosophies. they were developed by different masters at different time and place. And they were not limited to one group of people or a particular time or era or particular race, because they were addressing the real issue of the mankind. They were asking the questions, for example, why do I suffer? What is the reason of suffering? And how do I get rid of the suffering? Who am I? Why do I come here? What is my purpose to be here? Where I'm going? What is the truth? How I am related to everybody else here? So these kind of questions were asked in these philosophies. So this is not limited to just one religion or one group of people. Each of them has a different philosophy, but interestingly, they have a harmony and agreement in the practical discipline, because they all are focusing on the real issues of our inner self. These philosophies has been graded from the lower truth to the higher truth. So to give you an example based on that order, these 6 philosophies from the lower truth to the higher truth, starting from Nyaya, Visheshika, Sankhya, then Yoga, then Mimamsa, and the last one is Vedanta. Vedanta is considered as the highest truth. So from the duality, it goes to non-duality by investigating the truth. So in a nutshell, this is what the Indian philosophy is. I hope you enjoyed and got some idea about the basic things of Indian philosophy or Hindu philosophy in this context, and how yoga fit into the Indian philosophy. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.